Hey guys, welcome to Trading Academy day 43. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what days to avoid in trading, what days to avoid trading, what days you guys should even consider looking at trading. Okay. And before we start the video, like I said in yesterday's video, this is just purely my opinion. You guys can trade whatever days you guys want to. But in my experience, like, especially if you're just starting out, these days are the days to look out for. So that way you guys can just avoid trading overall. That way you guys don't blow up accounts and lose money for just unnecessary reasons, right? So what days to avoid in trading, okay? So this is going to really fall on the fact on what type of news we have for the week. So how I usually do it, since I have a lot more experience than probably a lot of you guys watching this video or this whole academy, is I will not trade on no high impact news days, meaning like if there's no red folder, I will not try to trade it. Now, this doesn't mean that I won't look at, to see if there's any opportunities, but that is just my opinion. Okay, again, right? Like on Monday, I wasn't planning on trading, but I was just watching the charts to see if, maybe there is an opportunity. Okay. Sometimes on no news Mondays, there is an opportunity. But again, this comes with experience. Okay. I didn't plan on trading, but I seen an opportunity and I capitalized on it and I made about $12,000. Okay. And you guys can get there too. But like I said, this video is just going to be like a general rule of thumb on what days not to trade. And believe me, this is going to help a lot of you guys out there, especially if you're starting again. Okay. So first off, what you want to do is just look at the economic calendar. Okay. Look at what news is going to happen for the week. Okay. So like here on this Monday, I probably would not trade just because it's the start of the week and we have plenty of news for the rest of the week. So Monday, I wouldn't even look to trade. I would look to trade like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, just because we have plenty of news. Okay. So another day you don't want to trade is usually the day before non-farm payroll. So just again, a general rule of thumb, what days to avoid in trading, right? Is one, I'm just going to list them out. This is not by importance or anything, but I'm just going to list them out. So here, I'll just go like this. So this is going to be the day before major news events, okay? Before major news events, think CPI, FOMC, and then NFP, okay? Like these days, I would not trade if I were you guys, again, especially if you're just starting, days before major news events, CPI, FOMC, NFP, because usually what will happen on days before these major news events is market will go into consolidation mode. It'll just accumulate for the move that's going to happen for CPI, FOMC, or NFP. So I would just avoid the consolidation and the sideways price action. Now that this isn't always the case, but a majority of the time it is. Okay. So I would not, even look at the charts if I were you guys, if you're just starting out. Okay. So Jolt's job openings, that's a good day to trade. Just make sure you guys trade after the fact, not before. Okay. You can only trade news before if you have a lot of experience. Do not try to put on trades before these fucking news events. Okay. I promise you, you guys are going to blow up if you guys don't know what you're doing. Okay. So the day before NFP is usually going to be on a Thursday. This Thursday, because NFP is like the first Friday of every month. So this Thursday, I would just avoid trading. Okay. Same thing for CPI, like here this Tuesday. Monday could maybe be something good, but again, no news Monday. Usually just, ignore it. Tuesday is the day before CPI and the day before FOMC. So definitely I would just lay off on Tuesday and focus on Wednesday price action. Focus to see if you can find something after CPI at market open. And then this leads me to my next thing. If you didn't have CPI this day and you just had FOMC in the afternoon session, I would avoid the morning session. Okay. So days like FOMC, avoid morning of FOMC. Okay. Avoid the morning of FOMC because the market will wait for FOMC. It'll wait for the FOMC statement. It'll wait for Jerome Powell to get on stage and start talking. Avoid the morning of FOMC. I promise you guys, I can't tell you how many fucking times I've lost money in accounts due to just trying to trade the morning of FOMC because I was so impatient. Okay. I promise you guys, if you guys just avoid the morning of FOMC, and trade after FOMC, like the last hour of that day, you guys are going to do way better. Trust me. Save that ammo, save the gunpowder for a good day. Okay. And then PPI is fine to trade. Prelume UOM, consumer sentiment, is fine to trade. It's just usually those type of days where it's like day before major news events, CPI, FOMC, NFP. Avoid the morning of FOMC. Let me add to this here. Avoid Thursday, which is the day before. I guess we won't put that. Another one is avoiding days after a huge move. Okay. I'm talking about 300, 400 point move. Okay. Point move on like NASDAQ and stuff. And if usually NASDAQ is moving 300, 400 point moves, ES and YM are going to do the same. Okay. So I would avoid days after a huge move. Let's say you had a huge morning, right? I would just avoid the PM session unless the drawn liquidity has not been hit. So avoid morning sessions if overnight session pulled a huge move. Okay. I'm talking about like 200, like anything above 100. No, I'm talking about like anything above like 200 plus points. I would just avoid the morning session and focus on PM session. Okay. This is a good thing to write down here. Okay. So avoiding days after a huge move. So the day after a huge move is usually consolidation. And I'll show you an example real quick of that. Actually, I'll just show you right now. For example, like this right here, right? So this Monday, we had a huge move, right? Going into the week. And this was a week where we barely had news. So we had about a 200 point move. And look at the next day, right? Just sideways, just pure sideways action. You want to avoid this, right? You definitely want to avoid that. Okay. Same thing here. Huge move on Wednesday. Look at Thursday, right? There was pretty clean price action on the lower time frame, but for the most part, if you're just starting, again, just avoid them. Okay. And then just focus on Friday or something. But actually, this week was a pretty clean week to talk about because we hit the weekly objective, meaning we hit the weekly drawn liquidity on Wednesday. So you should just like, if you didn't make any money on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, just avoid Thursday and Friday for the best part. I promise you guys, Friday was extremely choppy. It was very hard to read, especially for me. Even me having so much experience, it was very hard to read Friday. Okay. Just because we're so bullish and we're expecting higher prices, especially above all-time high, right? So yeah, you want to avoid days after a huge move. I'm talking about 400 point moves. Avoid morning sessions if the overnight session pulled a huge move. I'm talking about 200 plus points, and then focus on the PM session because PM session will usually be a lot cleaner than morning session after a huge move pulled in the overnight session. Okay. But yeah, these are just my general like days to avoid in trading. And this just really goes out to people that just started trading this year. Really just avoid these days and focus on the cleaner days, build those good habits. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video if there is one. It might be the end of the academy, sadly. Or I kind of want to just do like a video where I'm like putting everything together and just showing you guys like the strategy executed in real time in live markets, or do a recap or something of the strategies that I showed you guys in this academy and putting it all together. So we'll see. But I appreciate everybody that's watched this academy thus far. And yeah, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the video tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.